Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Jets, and I'm here to talk about Week 17 of the regular season. Jets lose 28-24 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, I wasn't home yesterday. I was over in Tampa. Right? I was there for the Rangers game. And I had a choice, which was to last night make a video about the game, or wait till today. And I chose to wait till today. Main reason because I had to calm down. Because if I made this video yesterday, it would have just been me crying and swearing into a camera. And there's probably going to be some of that still. Because this is, for me, I'm not going to say this is the worst loss. Because there have been far more important ones. But through my eyes, this is the most painful loss I've watched as a Jets fan. Oh, boy. This one was awful. The Jets, seemingly... They blew it. They blew it. Let's... Drive by drive, right? Drive by drive. Jets get the ball to start the game, right? We know that Brady loves to get the ball in the second half, right? Because Brady loves to do the double dip. Score at the end of the first half, score on the first drive of the second half. Boom. Big brain Brady. But the Jets get the ball to start with. And hey, on the back of a beautiful Michael Carter run, that was fantastic, like 50 yards or so. It was a great run by Michael Carter. Then, a couple plays later, Braxton Berrios and Zach Wilson on this awesome play. Right, some trickery by Mike LaFleur. Zach Wilson's wide open. Braxton Berrios has the ball. He has the choice to either throw it to Zach Wilson or run it in himself. He chooses to run it in himself, and he scores. 7-0 Jets. Awesome. Buccaneers drive down. They scored 7-7. But hey, that's to be expected with Tom Brady. Next drive, the Jets march down again, and they score. Zach Wilson. Beautiful, just quick read, dart to Braxton Berrios. Sure, it was short. Braxton Berrios breaks a tackle. Beautiful play to make a touchdown. 14-7 New York Jets. They're doing it. Next drive for the Bucs. They score, but hey, it's only a field goal. We hold them to 3. So it's 14-10, which you can take that, as long as the offense keeps up. The offense punts. They punt. Jets punt. Nearing the end of the second half. And it's time for Brady to do what Brady does. The double dip, right? He's marching down the field. They're getting ready to go try and score before the second half. But something happens. Brady makes a bad play. Brady turns it over. Brandon Eccles picks him off. Short throw by Tom Brady. Beautiful read by Eccles. He gets it. And the Jets end up flipping the script. They score. They go down. They have a nice little drive. And they kick a field goal. Wow. The Jets did something positive, right? We score, we give it back to the Bucs with like 1 second left. They just knee it out. It's over. The first half ends. And the Jets have a 17-10 lead over the Buccaneers. Unbelievable. Who would have thought this? Jets enter the game 13.5-point underdogs, by the way. And they do really well. Then Bucs get the ball to start the second half. And the Jets really flip it on them. They stop them. A big stop. The Jets force them to punt after 1 first down. 6-play drive, and they punt. Jets get the ball back. Jets, 9-play drive, ends with a touchdown. 1-yard run by Ty Johnson. Beautiful play by the Jets not giving up on it, right? He was on top of, I believe, Dan Feely, and Feely just kind of shoves him over top of him and into the end zone, and the Jets score. It's 24-10 Jets over the Buccaneers. This isn't supposed to happen. The Jets enter this game with the expectation of getting completely dunked on. They were supposed to get blown out. 13.5-point underdogs. And at this point in time, you could have given the Bucs that spread and they're not covering right now. It was insane. This was one of the best starts to a game for the Jets this season. And to this point, they did everything right. They did everything you need to do to this moment in time when they score that touchdown that you're supposed to do to a Tom Brady team. Your offense keeps up pace. Your defense goes with a bend, don't break mentality. Give them points. Let them score a field goal. Let them take a long drive, but keep them out of the end zone. They're doing it right. The Jets get a Tom Brady turnover, which are pretty rare, and they capitalize on it. They're doing everything you need to do right. And at that point, right? Because the play before, the Jets scored their touchdown, or that drive before, right? So the first drive for the Bucs in the second half. unsportsmanlike penalty on the Buccaneers. They're getting hot under the collar. And I say out loud to everyone in the room I'm watching with. So, dad, grandparents, everyone. I'm like, the Bucs are on the next drive going to take a massive penalty because they're starting to boil over. And you can tell. That next drive, Buccaneers have the ball after the Jets score to make it 24-10. They take a penalty. Unnecessary roughness. They're getting mad and jawing after the play. They had warnings. They kept going. 3rd and 20. And the Jets, at this point in time, can really start to seal the deal. They stop them here. They get the ball around, what, midfield? That could be bad. If the Jets take a 31-10 lead with, sure, good bit of time left. But a 31-10 lead isn't that easy to come back from. They don't. They give up a 3rd and 20. They continue to drive. And then the Antonio Brown thing happens, which, to my knowledge, Bruce Arians said, I would like you to not go back on the field. And then Antonio Brown said, what if I don't go back on any field? Ripped his equipment off, yeeted it into the stands, and then ran off the field celebrating. And I would like to make a statement, 2 of them actually. 1, I might be in the minority here. I genuinely am depressed with the Antonio Brown career arc. I will always wonder what happens if Vontaze Burfict does not lay that hit in the wildcard game of 2016. Everyone's seen, I'm sure you've seen the graph of when Antonio Brown really started to get into trouble with the NFL and rules and such, and it perfectly coincides with that nasty hit to the head. And I really, truly believe with all of my heart, CTE is to blame for this. But he runs out, this massive scene ensues, and if this is any team that isn't led by Tom Brady, they lose this game because that is too big of a distraction to not just completely, at that point, boil over at. But Tom Brady knows what to say. They finish the drive. They score a touchdown. 24-17. Jets still are in somewhat of control. Next drive for the Jets. Awful. They punt. Bucs get the ball back. But hey, we stop them eventually, and they have to punt. Keep going back and forth. Patriots. Drive. They don't score. Patriots. The Buccaneers. I'm mentally destroyed. Buccaneers drive. They score a field goal. 24-20. The Jets then do, again, everything right. They don't rush down to score. They have a slow drive. It's a slow burn. 11 plays. Over 5-minute drive. And you get down in the red zone to the 7-yard line. 4th and 2, you take a timeout. Got to think this over. Do you kick a field goal, make it a 7-point lead, but then give Brady the opportunity to drive down, score with, some time left, and go for 2 to win? Or do you put the game on the line right now and win it? They decide they're going for it. And Mike LaFleur opens up the playbook and what? 4th and 2. A QB sneak. Okay, I'm not trying to sound like every stereotypical bar football fan when, a play happens that's suboptimal, and you just go, it's the worst play call I've ever seen. What the hell is that about? I genuinely, wholeheartedly mean, this is the worst play call I've ever witnessed. You call a QB sneak on 4th and 2. Now, it's been said afterwards that it was a thing that Zach Wilson's supposed to read the play. It was a QB draw, actually. He's supposed to read the play and either go for the A-gap or go around it. He thought the A-gap was open. Vita Vea and Nanadigan Sue said very quickly otherwise. Now, there's a very there's the big difference between an RPO and a quarterback read on a draw. There's 2 massive differences. Everyone seems to be thinking that this was an RPO for Zach Wilson. It was not. This was the coaches saying, hey, you either have to run it up the A-gap or run it around the side. People are saying that this was actually an RPO, which is incorrect, and our coach said otherwise, that it was not an RPO, and are yelling at Zach Wilson saying, why was he selfish and didn't give it to Braxton Berrios? A, you're calling Zach Wilson selfish. Huh? No. But that's the thought here that we're going with? That's the narrative that a lot of people are trying to push, is that Zach Wilson was selfish? Guys, Watch the game tape. He was very unselfish. He didn't play hero ball today. There were a few times that he threw the ball away because he didn't want to turn it over. By the way, Zach Wilson now, 15 consecutive corners without throwing the ball away or turning it over. Right? 2 interceptions in his last 6 games for Zach Wilson. It's been great not doing that. Selfish? How? This wasn't an RPO. And if... It was not an RPO. And the big thing from the coaching staff is saying, well, it was miscommunication. And here's my thing with that. That's unacceptable. If you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable. How? How is that our excuse? You call a timeout. You have around a minute to decide this. And there's miscommunication. And we've seen it before on the Jets. There was a play earlier this season where out of a timeout we had a delay of game. We're great at miscommunicating things. So I really am truly inclined to believe that this is a miscommunication on the part of Mike LaFleur and Zach Wilson and Robert Saleh. And I'm going to put it on the coaches. This was the most infuriating moment in recent memory for the New York Jets. And I defy you to say otherwise. And by recent, I'm saying like the past couple of years. Say the past, 3. It was awful. And then Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does, which is look just cool as a cucumber, waltzes on down, yo-da-do-da-do, and scores a touchdown to make it 28-24 Buccaneers on a play where I don't know what we were doing defensively. Jets get the ball back with like 20 seconds left. We try to do something, we don't, and the game ends. This sucked. And I've seen so many people in the Jets community, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be other YouTubers that make Jets content, a lot of whom I really respect and really enjoy watching and listening to the opinions of, that are going easy on the Jets and saying like, guys, we weren't supposed to be in this game, right? The fact that we were competitive, the fact that we lost by less than a score, that's impressive. How can you not be impressed by what the Jets did today? And I would say, because you had it. Yeah, we weren't supposed to be in this game. You're right. We were supposed to get absolutely clobbered. 13.5-point underdogs for a game in our stadium. We were supposed to get dunked on. Brady throwing for 400 yards was supposed to happen. Brady throwing for 310 tutties, that was supposed to happen. What wasn't supposed to happen is that the Jets were not supposed to have a 2-touchdown lead over them at any point of this game. That was never supposed to happen. But it did. Not just that, it happened in the second half. And I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'm impressed about a lot of things. I'm impressed that our coaching staff was able to hold in this long. I'm amazed that Zach Wilson, with receivers like Berrios and Mims, was able to hold into this game. That's obviously impressive to me. He didn't have Moore. He didn't have Corey Davis. He was out a lot of players. He was out a lot of our the starting offensive line. Most of them were gone. Michael Carter was gone. Our tight ends were gone. The fact that Zach Wilson played as well as he did, and he played well, don't get it misconstrued, I was amazed that we did this well. It was good. But you had it in the bag. You had the game in hand. You biffed it. You had an opportunity today. Right? And this is what kills me with this game. For the past 20 years, 22 actually, mostly because you did it, Jets, Tom Brady has tormented the league and the New York Jets. We have been the little brothers to the Patriots and Tom Brady for, since 2000? Longer than I've been alive. And finally, you had an opportunity today. Not just an opportunity, because that just means, not just an opportunity, a really good one. Because you had a 14-point lead. To finally, not fully, it would never, the scars of the past 2 decades would always be there, right? The scars of the past 20 years, 18 division titles, the 6 Super Bowls, the 14 Pro Bowl appearances, the 3 MVPs, all of that from Tom Brady would remain scars against us. But at the bare minimum, you could have known that the last time you faced Tom Brady assuming he retires in the next 4 years and doesn't play, until we face the Bucs again, know that the last time he left MetLife, the last time he left our stadium, and the last time he played us, we won. But instead, with the game in our hands, we fumbled it away. And that's what hurts. Not that we got beat because it was supposed to happen, but because you were so close, foot on their throat, and whiffed. Look, I'm not going to say there weren't positives from a game like this. Zach Wilson had the best game of his career to this point, honestly. He looked great. Braxton Berrios balled out today. 2 touchdowns, are you kidding me? Oh, and today, I keep saying today, I know that Sunday was yesterday and the game was yesterday, but, in that mindset, Braxton Berrios and the Jets have entered into contract negotiations. Good, lock him up. He is a playmaker and a dog, and I want him on this team for a long time to come. But there were so many positives. But I can't be happy because you were this close to not getting all of those past memories to heal, but to getting the last laugh. Some semblance of it. Having your rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, rookie defensive and offensive coordinators, a team loaded with young talent to beat Brady. You're going to face the Patriots, who embarrassed us twice this year. Every year, twice a year, forever. You might never get another crack at Brady. And you had the opportunity to. And just butt fumbled the opportunity. And again, a lot of people are saying, well, Weston, you can't be that upset. You can't be that upset. We weren't supposed to be in it. I'm like, yeah, I can be upset because we weren't supposed to have a 2-score lead. This was just a gut-wrenching game, if I'm being honest with you guys. This one was tough. I know it's not the most important loss, because I can think of a handful of them off the top of my head. But this is the loss that I think has made me the most sad. To be so close to some incredible upset. To just be the same old Jets. That's all I can say for it. This game has made me sad enough, and I need to kind of start the healing process with it and move past it. We play the Bills next Sunday in the season finale. It's in Buffalo. And if I'm not mistaken, we've been flexed from the 1 o'clock spot. I believe now we play at 4:25 next Sunday. I want to make sure. Yes, it has been flexed to 4:25. So that's next week. That's the season finale. This game was tough, man. It was just hard. So that's all I got. I'll be back next week for the last Jets video of the season. I'll be back today with 2 Rangers videos. And I'll be here throughout the week, as per usual. So that's all I have. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. And as always, go Jets.